Hey guys, Jules here from behind the cork for another What's in Your Glass weekend wine. This week I wanted to bring you some red choices. Something that you probably don't taste very often. We're coming to you with wines from Portugal. Why I love the wines from Portugal. So I mean, in general, I think people are familiar with port wine. My passion started with collecting port wine from the Douro Valley. If you ever get a chance to get out there, please do so. It's an incredible area. But I wanted to showcase two wines today. Showcase the indigenous grape varieties, mostly indigenous grape varieties in the wines I chose today. Fun fact about Portugal, it has probably the largest indigenous grape varieties and varieties that are not produced anywhere else in the world. Which is really unique because what ends up happening is with most grapes, from Cabernet Sauvignon all the way to Riesling, I mean, you name it, different countries will try to produce that grape variety in their country, depending on the altitudes, the soils, and all that stuff. So there are not many Portuguese native varieties that are produced elsewhere in the world. So that's why I love it. They're concentrated, very specific to the territory. Again, the terroir, the grape, you're not going to find any of these likely in any other area. There may be spots here and there of wineries trying different things. However, the fact that they have so many indigenous grapes make this country really fantastic. And yes, a lot of it is produced in port wine. However, they're producing very good wine as well. Very good red wine, white wine, and you know, price point is really affordable. So let's get right into it. Today I'm bringing to you two different varieties. So one from the Douro Valley, Quadros. Hopefully you guys can see that. Reserva 2011. This is a mix of 55% Touriga Nacional, which is the indigenous grape, 40% Tinta Roriz, which is aka Tempranillo, if you're familiar with the Spanish variety. Spicy, good acidity, good fruit. The Touriga Nacional, so expect full body, the Cabernet Sauvignon type wines, right? Full body, rich flavors, very tannic, age worthy, definitely age worthy. The remaining here is Suzao, 5%. So again, another indigenous grape variety. And the second wine I wanted to bring you from the Alentejo region, which is the southeast inland, very hot climate bordering Spain. The Monsaraz Reserva. A little different on the grape choices here. So this is primarily Alicante Bousquet, which is primarily a France indigenous grape variety. Again, full-bodied, rich. And it's mixed with a Trincadera and Touriga Nacional again. So both of these wines are going to be rich, full body, thick, juicy. So let's get right into it. Again, so I mean, the thing to know about Portuguese wine, because there's so many different regions, is just try them out, right? Try different regions. The three classifications I think everyone should know. One is the DOC, which is the controlled denomination territory. In Portugal and any other country, most countries operate with a classification that determines quality, yield, and how wine is produced. Portugal is no different. The DOC wines are you know, probably the most quality producing wines, controlled yields. They only produce a certain way. Then there's a Vino Regionale, which is a regional wine. Again, a little less standards, a little less restrictions on what they can use and aging potential and all that stuff. And then there's the Vino, which is wine, or otherwise known in other countries as table wine. So again, when you go, and it's gonna be basically written on the bottle. Here is Alentejo DOC. The other one here, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's a Douro DOC. Hopefully you guys can see that as well. So both of these wines are, you know, expecting a little higher quality. And again, if price point for these two, $28 Canadian. So you know, it's a good price point for what you're getting. Great wine, rich, age worthy, can age in your cellar a good 5 to 10 years. So let's get right into it. Give you guys some flavors and what to expect in these wines. So the first up, Montserrat, so Reserva 2017. Again, Alicante Busquet, Trincadera, Torriga Nacional. So we'll get right into it. What struck me about this, I don't know if you guys can see that. So because of the Alicante Busquet, this is so thick. So if you put a white background, you can barely see through this wine. So very rich, very, the color is just, dark. And then just kind of shows to you what kind of richness you should expect and full bodied here. So the bouquet is just beautiful. Again, it's just roses, petals, violet. It's just inviting. And then the mouthfeel, wow, this is pretty spectacular. So great acidity, full body, tannic, so you get the little dryness in the tongue and the cheeks, and the inner mouth. But the flavor is just gorgeous blackberry and blueberry here. You're getting some vanilla notes as well, a little bit of oak, but not overpowering, not like a big Barolo or something that really leaves you like the tannins just gripping your mouth. Just very delicate and smooth. So super choice here. Again, $28 Canadian. Great choice for any full body dish. Both these wines are going to be full body dish, meat, roast, barbecue, hamburger. You want to pair this. I mean, even on its own right now, the vanilla and the oak, this thing is just beautiful sipper. Obviously you want to, this is with red wine. I try to, avoid hot days because it doesn't really go together. But let me tell you, this one here is really quite spectacular. So again, Montserrat, Alicante Busquet, Trincadera, Torriga Nacional. Definite something you guys should try. And the second one, Quadras Duro Reserva. Again, this is primarily Torriga Nacional and Tinta Rori. So full-bodied grape varieties as well. Let's see what this one's about. Give that a swirl. So the bouquet, the nose is not as pronounced as the Montserrat. Nice, yeah, and the same here. So you're getting the beautiful tannic. Just if one word here is blueberry. So just rich blueberry, and this is what I'm getting. I'm getting good tannins, good acidity as well. The aromas are quite nice as well. And again, another wine that is super thick, hard to see through, full-bodied. Aromas are really, really good as well. I mean, the Torriga Nacional, I would say, really comes out here. Age-worthy, this wine can go 5 to 10 years, I would say. A little rule of thumb with wine. If you have a wine cellar like in the back here, I try to keep a red wine, age-worthy red wine, with tannins and good acidity that can age. Not all wines can age. Or not wines can age that long. I try to keep it within 10 years. I find after 10 years, you start to lose a lot of what I love in the wines, and then you're risking the wine going bad. I'm pretty safe here going to 10 years, if not even further, because of the controlled environment. But if you have any other environment except a wine cellar that controls humidity and temperature, you probably don't want to go to 10 years, especially if you have it in a warmer room, like upstairs in the kitchen is probably the last place you should have wine, because the aging is going to be accelerated much quicker. So if you can keep them in the basement, cool, lie down, so that it kind of, a little tip here while we're in it, lie them down so that you always keep the cork moist. The oxygen's gonna slowly make its way and just oxidize the wine at a very slow pace and age it really nicely. But you typically want to have, I don't know if you can get 15 degrees 14 degrees Celsius in your basement. You never want it too warm, you never want it too cold. Definitely colding just kind of brings the the aging potential at a standstill, and you can actually damage the wine. And too warm, you're going to accelerate it too quickly and oxidize it too quickly, and it's just going to go bad really, really fast. So try to find somewhere where it's a good medium. Even if the basement's 20 degrees, that's still fine. It's better than having it upstairs in the kitchen at 25, 30 degrees. These are the wines. Hopefully you guys like it. Again, full-bodied, rich. You want to pair it with a rich dish. Touriga Nacional, Tinta Roriz, Alicante Busque, have over 250 indigenous grapes in Portugal, depending on the region. This is just a glimpse, a very slight glimpse of what Portugal can do. But price point's really, really good. And honestly, it's hard to go wrong. Yes, the country is producing amazing port wine. But their reds, in my opinion, are really, really good as well, and go well with a beautiful meal, maybe a ribeye on the steak this evening. So that's it. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, there's many, many more. Follow, comment. Let me know if you want me to try certain wines, or if you have any questions. I'll be glad to answer that for you. But until next time, this is Jules here from Behind the Cork for What's in Your Glass Weekend Wine. Cheers. This one's a winner. Monsaraz, definitely.